Welcome, everybody. Trainwreck Podcast, 1 year anniversary edition. Hard to believe that it's been 1 year and 43 episodes later. And heck, here we are. And we're basically back in the same boat as last year where the Cowboys freaking suck and break my heart. And I'm going on a rant about it. But we did that in the last episode, so I'm not going to touch too much on it. But the one constant through 1 year of this show has been me and Drew. And we're still standing. Don't know about the other two. They lasted, 4 episodes?
Something like that.
But me and Big Daddy Chiefs hater, we've been around. And I'll be honest, I didn't know it was our 1 year anniversary until I checked my email this morning, and I had an email from Spotify saying, "Congratulations, 1 year ago today, you published your first episode." And I was like, "We did?" I could have swore it was at the end of January, but I ain't going to go back and look. I'll believe them. But Drew, what do you think about our 1 year anniversary?
How the freak we're still doing this?
I don't know. What'd you get me for our anniversary?
Look under the table. Exactly. That's where I'm at.
You're taking the head of the table to a whole new meaning.
No, I'm genuinely shocked that we're still doing this, but it's awesome. I have fun doing this.
Yeah, I remember I was trying to find a meme that y'all posted in our group chat, which good freaking luck scrolling through that. But I got all the way back to January of last year, and it was a screenshot from episode 3, and I think at the bottom it said I had 282 subscribers at that time. So like a year later, I'm at 753, and I'm like, I mean, heck, this podcast is what helps keep me in that grind, because it's like, okay, I got this dedicated commitment every week,
Yeah.
I mean, hell, we fucked off and took weeks off, like, especially during the summer when there was nothing to talk about, or there was a, natural disaster, or me freaking dying from the plague, like, otherwise we would be at episode 52 right now.
Well, but one time I got super high on edibles and I had to skip the one episode.
Hey, I did that episode solo though. Yeah. I say I made up for it. I don't know if you've ever watched the episode, but I think you could tell through that episode I was so pissed off.
Yeah.
Like before I started recording, I was like, "Drew, I'm gonna fucking kill you." Because I think that was
like, yeah, this travel tastes fire.
Because I was still like sick and all that, and you can hear it in my voice. And I'm like, I'm talking for an hour straight, and I think I made it 45 minutes. But I did like a detailed booking of the World Heavyweight Championship tournament, and then WWE completely screwed it up by making it a Raw versus SmackDown thing. Because I like booked out a complete Raw roster in the tournament, 16 guys, and WWE did the stupid route, and they did, we're going to have 2 triple threat matches, and then the winners of that are going to face each other, one from Raw, one from SmackDown. I was like, wow, my idea was better. You guys should check out my podcast.
It's been a crazy year, but
yeah, you went from Walmart to Lowe's back to Walmart in the whole year, didn't you?
No, I was at Lowe's for a year, then I quit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I stayed there a year to at least look good on my resume. If needed.
Hell, I think I was like 5 kind of girlfriends ago last year. Just kidding.
I went back to Walmart like a toxic relationship.
Yeah.
It's all good. It kind of worked out.
Yeah. Heck, like I said, a year ago, like, I mean, hell, I didn't post on my channel like at all in 2022, and then 2023 is when I wanted to start taking it serious. And I mean, a podcast is something I always wanted to do, and I mean, I'll give credit to Adam. I mean, Adam was the one who pushed for it, but then we kind of took off because you and me were way more committed to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the biggest part of his idea.
Yeah. which if this ever takes off, he might have rightful grounds to sue us. But then again,
he's too stupid.
what?
He's too stupid.
Then again, I came up for the name. We do it on my channel, and I do all the recording and editing. So I'm just going to be like, all right, what ground does he have, you know?
I'm just the content machine.
Yeah. You're the one who keeps me in check. It's like, Cody, that was extremely racist. Okay, I'll edit that out.
Cody, that might be something I will say. Calm down, buddy.
I mean, I don't think I've ever had to edit out anything too bad. Like, the only time I've ever edited like stuff out is usually when one of us gets something wrong, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, I'm going to make us look less stupid, you know? Or like if someone's family member pops up in the background or something like that, then, or in the case of episode 1, when somebody put porn on the screen, and that's how I figured out how to put still images over audio, thank God, or else there wouldn't have been an episode 1.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
I still thought that was Adam, and then it turned out being Curtis, and I was like, what the fuck? But I mean, hell, you go back,
dumbasses.
you go back and listen to episode 1, and God, it fucking sucked. Like, to where we are now, to where we were a year ago, it's like, okay, it's night and day.
Yeah, we had a lot more practice.
Yeah. Hell, we have like mini podcasts in the car whenever we go out. Sometimes I'm like, shit, we should just be recording this and make my life easier instead of having to set up times and stuff like that for us.
No, I don't lie. I thought about that sometimes. Like, shit.
Yeah.
Why don't we just start recording?
I know, just take your phone out, and only thing is like cleaning up the audio. It's like maybe next time we go somewhere, we'll travel with my laptop and put my microphone.
Drive better, you fucking moron!
Yeah, that's true. I scream way too much. It's like, you know, like I just remember that was the life-changing moment in my life, and then I just go, "You stupid fucking retard!" And it's like, oh yeah, I was listening to what you were saying. But what's your favorite episode we ever did? I really liked the Bray Wyatt tribute episode we did.
That was a really good one.
Yeah, and that's our highest rated episode ever, and heck, it still gets views actually, because it's at almost 300 now. And I remember the week it aired, it was at like 222, so it's still.
I think mine would probably be the Cleveland Project.
Yeah, Cleveland Project I thought was really good. I really liked the one where we talked about Jackson Mahomes whenever he had his whole thing going on. And then we also had the WWE and the NFL draft that same week. So we went over our teams and WWE at that point, and I thought that was a lot of fun.
I like that one and our dirtiest episode.
Yeah, I was thinking about that one. I remember going on a rant about zodiac signs on that episode, and I was pretty proud of that one.
I enjoyed that one so much.
First one where we had Zach on when we did predictions with him, I thought was a lot of fun too.
Yeah.
And heck, last episode after I was super pissed off at the Cowboys, but I mean, we got a lot of it. That was really the first time we ever did an episode live, because I don't count the Raiders episode when the Raiders blew out the Chargers on Thursday Night Football. I don't count that as an official episode. That was just kind of like a test, spur of the moment thing, you know?
Yeah.
Because I think the day before we had dropped an episode. But I mean, last week was a lot of fun because you had the people in the chat and stuff like that. And I do want to take the podcast live, you know, but the best time to do it live is when, you know, there was never going to be a moment of dead air, is because I was never going to shut the fuck up about the Cowboys, you know? And like
yeah, true.
And like, you know, we got lucky, like there was no like dogs barking in the background or, family members popping up on screen, stuff like that, where it's like, oh shit, because if you're live, you're fucked, there's no editing. So that's the one thing where it's like, I want to take it live every now and again. It's just like, I got to have a topic where I'm like fired up like I was last week because, yeah, I was insanely pissed off. But, I mean, that podcast.
Maybe just off season with the Cowboys, you might get the opportunity.
Yeah. I mean, we ain't going to do shit in free agency. I did a solo live stream the other night when I was talking about the Cowboys retaining Mike McCarthy. And I said, the Cowboys are going to have so much cap tied up in CeeDee Lamb, Dak Prescott, and I'm to the point I don't want Micah Parsons anymore. But just between Lamb and Prescott, that's going to take up about 30% of the cap.
I think while you can, you guys should trade him.
Who, Parsons?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
he's a good player, but
he's a fucking brat.
Yeah.
Like, did you see the stuff with him and Skip Bayless today?
No, I did not.
So, I mean, Micah Parsons does a podcast, which we do a podcast, but we're not pro NFL players. And all Parsons did was basically talk about, why do people hate on the Cowboys? Why are people so mean to us? And then talking shit on like the 49ers and stuff like that, even though the 49ers have bent the Cowboys over and spanked them the last 3 years. And he goes on this podcast and whines and bitches and stuff like that. And then completely no shows. Like, according to, I can't remember what website it was, but his pass rush win rate, like him creating pressures on the quarterback, it was the worst game of Micah Parsons' career in those grades, that game against the Packers this past Sunday. Skip Bayless said, can't wait for Micah Parsons' podcast tomorrow. That's what he does best. Here, let me screen share it for you guys. And so he put that on Sunday. Micah Parsons responded on today, which is fucking Friday, and said,
if he played the left side, that is the weakest link of the Packers right now as the right guard and a right tackle. So that's embarrassing.
Yeah. I mean, he flops all over the place. Like, they've put him at D tackle, they put him at both ends, But I mean, the Cowboys as a whole, they didn't even try to rush the passer because the Packers ran 59 offensive plays on Sunday. 48% of them, the Cowboys ran dime coverage. In a game where the Packers ran all over the Cowboys, Aaron Jones had a fantastic day running. It's because the Cowboys were playing pass coverage, and if they were trying to stop the run, they had all their skinny motherfuckers on the field. Either way, it's like Micah Parsons is supposed to be this generational player. You think he would have got at least one sack. Plus, you have DeMarcus Lawrence, who's a monster. You got Osa Digizua, who's really good. You got Dorrance Armstrong, who's freakishly strong. Those guys are really what creates the opportunity for Parsons. Like, Parsons really, if he was just on a team where he was the only pass rusher, he wouldn't do shit. But he has a lot of key pieces around him that open up the holes for him to get sacks. And it's kind of like that also is what allows Osa Digizua to get sacks and Dorrance Armstrong. I mean, they all work together because somebody's got to get double teamed.
See, there's a difference between Micah Parsons, then Myles Garrett, T.J. Watt, Max Crosby. I mean, hell, even the Bosa brothers.
But I'll read this tweet that Parsons put out, and it just screams immature fucking brat because that's what he is. It is a tweet, says, you just a hating ass motherfucker who's mad I won't do your show. Where was all this when you were on my nuts wanting me to come on your show every Tuesday? You lame as fuck, Skip. Real shit. Fake ass Cowboys fan. Now, this motherfucker's got me defending Skip Bayless. Skip Bayless has been a fan of the Cowboys since 1960 when the Cowboys were founded. If anyone can talk shit about the Cowboys, Skip Bayless is it. And Parsons, that's the first thing you say on Twitter after your team got blown out when your defense gave up 41 points, because Dak Prescott did give 7 of them to the Packers. but 41 points still in a fucking playoff game when you had the worst game of your career, and the first thing you're going to do is argue with a 70-year-old man on Twitter instead of talking about, like, yeah, I need to be better next time, you know? Instead, this immature little fucking brat is going to be like, yeah, fuck this asshole, you know?
Yeah, no, like, oh, I need to improve my get off time. Oh, I need to improve my footwork. I need to
Mhm.
improve my hands and, all that. No. Fuck this 7-year-old man.
No, what he needs to improve on is shutting the fuck up. If I was Jerry Jones, I'd tell him, hey, that podcast, no. And I mean, at this point, I don't think Micah Parsons is worth the headache because he's reached his ceiling. He's been in the league 3-4 years. I think this was his fourth year. And he had 13 sacks his rookie year. It was his third year. 13 sacks his rookie year. 13 sacks his second year. 14 sacks this year. That's his ceiling. He ain't gonna be a 20 sack guy like Myles Garrett and T.J. Watt. Like T.J. Watt gets 20 sacks in years where he misses a shitload of games. Yeah. Micah Parsons gets 14 sacks, and like I said, a lot of it's because he's playing with a really good defensive line, and Dan Quinn, who I thought was a good defensive coordinator, he can suck my fucking dick now. I hope he gets a head coaching job, and if he does, I hope Jerry Jones fires him into the fucking sun, because if you're playing dime coverage when a team's running all over you, fuck you, you deserve to be fired.
Max Crosby is not like a 20 sack guy yet.
Mm-hmm. But y'all also don't have
But he has an unrelenting motor, and he's a leader that you want for your team. That guy that motivates that defense like no other.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you really want. It's a leader and an unrelenting motor that can create pressures and create turnovers and all that.
But he also doesn't have like a counterpart to like help him though.
We finally do now since Kuntz has been emerging for us.
Mm.
I mean, Tyree Wilson's been looking good for the D tackle spot, so looks like D line is looking good.
I really think Crosby has a good shot at being your guys' all-time leading sack record. The record for the Raiders is 107.5 by Greg Townsend. Crosby right now has 52, and he has almost half the sacks in half the games, you know?
Yeah. Right, he could easily do it.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. This man, Max Crosby he will like lead this organization to a whole nother level.
Mm-hmm.
While you're Michael Parsons is like finds the excuse is like not to put the blame on himself.
Yeah. So Max Crosby, he led the Raiders this year in sacks with 14.5. The next closest was Adam Butler with 5.
But like I said, like later in the year, the Kuntz has been like actually playing well for us.
But we'll save the other Raiders talk for when Zach gets in here, so you guys can talk about Antonio Pierce.
Yeah.
One thing I want to get your thoughts on is I'm going to do a Royal Rumble prediction video on Monday. It'll be up on Tuesday. So I'm not going to give predictions, but who do you think is going to win the men's and women's Royal Rumbles? And the men's Rumble, you got there's only been 6 out of 30 people announced. Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, Shinsuke Nakamura, Bobby Lashley, Drew McIntyre, and Gunther. And the women's side, only 4 out of 30 have been announced. That's Bayley, Nia Jax, Becky Lynch, and Bianca Belair.
I think Cody's going to win it.
Okay.
So I fire up that rivalry between him and Roman Reigns. And the women's.
Do you think there's?
Do what?
Do you think there's a possibility of The Rock winning the men's Rumble?
No. No, I think he's just. There to be there, kind of like hey, look, there's a surprising return for this one match. Kind of like feel the rivalry.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't think he's gonna win. He might have a match in WrestleMania, but I don't think he's gonna win.
Mm-hmm.
He might face one of the Usos. Mm-hmm. Women's, let's say Bayley.
Bailey. Okay.
Yeah, I think it'll
Yeah.
push her more time.
So I said in my video where I was predicting surprise entrance for the Rumble, I do think The Rock's going to be in the Rumble, but I don't think he's going to win. I think because WrestleMania is basically already sold out. Like you pretty much have already moved a shitload of tickets, and it's still 3 months away. WrestleMania, or not WrestleMania, SummerSlam, they were going to host it in Cleveland, but they still haven't officially confirmed that. That was just a Fightful report. I think if they do Rock versus Roman Reigns, you do it at SummerSlam because you already have WrestleMania sold out. You already got all that money. SummerSlam, you could sell out SummerSlam and potentially have another big WrestleMania like payday. And if you headline that show with Rock versus Roman,
Yeah,
I mean, I think that's the best way to maximize profits for this company. And I think the reason they haven't announced where SummerSlam's taking place is because I think they're trying to put it in a venue like AT&T Stadium or SoFi Stadium, like a huge stadium that they can fill. Because last year they did SummerSlam in Ford Field, and they didn't fill this. They didn't fill the stadium up to capacity, but they also didn't have a big main event match. It was Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso. That was the main event. Now, The Rock versus Roman Reigns, that would sell out if you do I think AT&T Stadium's the biggest stadium that they could fill, honestly,
yeah,
because they could fit over 100,000 people in there. But SoFi would be a good one. Allegiant Stadium, they've done SummerSlam before there. Like I said, there's a
I
lot of
guess
possibilities.
like The Rock, basically Roman or SummerSlam. I can definitely see some SoFi or Allegiant.
And it's not like Roman Reigns is going to be champion by then either. They can say The Rock is like an enforcer for Cody Rhodes or something like that. Stand on with him at ringside to nullify Solo Sikoa.
Yeah,
Then that could help kickstart the feud. Without The Rock having to win the Rumble.
yeah.
I don't know. Like I said, I think that's just a great way they could do it to maximize profits. And SummerSlam is their second biggest show of the year, and I know people are saying The Rock, he deserves to retire at WrestleMania. I really don't think The Rock cares. It's not like wrestling's his life anymore. He's way more famous for being in movies now than he ever was for wrestling. Wrestling's kind of, helped get him that kickstart, but I really don't think The Rock cares.
Yeah, like you mentioned earlier, you can have Rock versus Roman, and Rock loses, but still, they help fuel the fire, between the Roman and Rhodes rivalry, and have Rock can be the forcer, the nullifies Soul and the Uso. Also, be not advisor, kind of like the game planner for Rhodes, kind of like the go against the Samoa way of wrestling.
Yeah. There's a lot of interesting opportunities they could do there. The other world title match at WrestleMania might be in jeopardy now because Fightful Selectors reporting that Seth Rollins tore his MCL and his meniscus on Monday in the match against Jinder Mahal. And yeah, your MCL isn't as important as your ACL, but it still fucking hurts, and WrestleMania is still 2.5 months away. So I'm can he go 2.5 months with a torn ligament in his knee against, CM Punk isn't what he was. He still can put on good matches, but he's also almost 50, so it's like Rollins would have to do a majority of the carrying in that match. And I really think our buddy Derek floated the idea to me that they might just have Damian Priest cash in and then CM Punk can face him for the title at Mania. I mean, it'll be a good showcase for Damian Priest, and Punk can win the title, and Seth Rollins can come back and chase him for it whenever Seth is ready to come back.
I mean, that's actually a good idea.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll give time to Seth when recover and give Damian the stardom that he needs, and Punk being Punk.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. How long does it take to recover from an MCL? It takes about 2 months. It's not as long as an ACL, so that's not bad.
I mean, it might take even quicker now, the advanced doctors they have.
Yeah. I mean, he's going to go see Dr. James Andrews probably.
Yeah.
Out in Birmingham. I mean, he's like the knee surgery specialist in the freaking world. That sucks. I mean, that news. I mean, Rollins is probably. I mean, Rollins for some reason doesn't consider himself as a WrestleMania main eventer. I do, because that cash in with Rock and Roman when he cashed in at WrestleMania 39, that was in the main event of WrestleMania, and Seth Rollins won it. So I technically consider Seth Rollins a WrestleMania main eventer, but he doesn't. But he was probably going to main event night one against CM Punk, and now if he ends up having to vacate the title, or he can have surgery right now, and if he's healed up in 6 weeks, I think 6 weeks from now would be like a week or two before WrestleMania.
I mean, that'd be the best scenario for him.
I mean, that just depends if he has surgery like right now, like right this minute,
Yeah.
Either that, or maybe this Monday on Raw, Priest cashes in.
So Monday Night Raw, maybe a show to look after to.
I say Raw is going to be must watch on Monday anyway, because they are advertising for the first time ever Cody Rhodes and CM Punk face to face. Yeah, that already made Raw must watch for me. I mean, it's hard to get me to watch Raw just because it's fucking 3 hours long. Yeah, it's gonna be a must watch show. I'll probably have it on in the background while I'm playing video games, and then whenever Punk and Cody come out, I mean, that's gonna get big attention for me, and I think it has potential to draw like Punk versus MJF levels of heat. I wonder where Raw is this Monday. This past week they were in Little Rock, Arkansas, and kudos to all the wrestlers and staff for WWE, because it snowed like shit here in Oklahoma, and I imagine Arkansas got it just as bad.
Yeah, it was rough.
Yeah, so I imagine that traveling to that show was not easy. Here's an interesting route they could do also, because Damian Priest is supposed to face Drew McIntyre on Raw this Monday. What if, and I'm not saying, I mean, I know people are probably going to think this idea is stupid, but what if Priest cashes in at the very beginning of the show against Seth Rollins? Like, Seth comes out, says he's injured, Priest beats him up, cashes in, wins the title at the very beginning of the show. Then in the main event, you make Damian Priest and Seth Rollins, or Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre, a title match, and Drew beats him and wins the title at the end of Raw. And then you could have Drew McIntyre versus CM Punk at WrestleMania, and they just had an amazing promo segment on Raw, And so I think that match has a lot of heat behind it now. I'm just saying, that's a creative way you could do it, where Priest gets the cash in done, but loses the belt at the end of the night.
It's a very Judgment Day kind of deal.
Yeah. Actually, I think I just went full Vince Russo. Actually, I'm gonna clip this out.
That's actually not a bad idea.
Thank you. I'm gonna clip that out and put it out as a short. And I got so many shorts planned, though. I gotta I said I was gonna post the first Royal Rumble short today, actually, and then that idea of the press conference with Mike McCarthy, jumped in my head last night, and I'm like, oh, when I wake up tomorrow, I'm making that, and I'm posting that as a short today, which I'm glad I did because it got 2,500 views and a lot of love. But I was also like, shit, when am I going to get these Rumble videos out? Because the Rumble is like a week away.
Did you see the new cover, what potential cover for the new WWE game?
Was it the one that had Bray Wyatt on it?
No, it was the Undertaker casket.
Hmm. I think it's going to be Cody Rhodes on the cover. I have a feeling. I think this is Cody's year. I think he's going to win the title, and I think he'll probably end up being on the cover of the game. But no, I didn't see that. But we should get more news. Actually, some WWE 2K24 news is supposed to be coming on Monday, the 22nd, and the game should release in March. Actually, here's a really good cover, Drew. I would buy this game if this was the cover.
The man, the myth, the legend.
I fucking love R-Truth. I just saw that on my Twitter.
They better
down.
make sure he's in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
that man's work is super underappreciated.
Mm. I mean, he's been one of the best parts of Raw. I like that they teamed him and Miz up again because it's freaking hilarious. And it's kind of a good thing for like Miz to do because he's kind of just been on the back burner since Triple H took over, and now he's starting to get more involved. He had that amazing match against Gunther on Raw a couple weeks ago, and now if him and Truth, they could really be tag champs. Like I think the Judgment Day is going to lose the belts to DIY at WrestleMania, but I mean, R-Truth and Miz in the tag team scene, I think that's a really good team to kind of help kind of add depth to that division. And if they end up splitting the titles where we go back to having, Raw tag team championships and SmackDown tag team championships, then they could definitely be champions.
They need to split it.
They do.
It's that time to split it.
I don't get why they haven't yet. Yeah, I don't get why they haven't.
Here's like the idea. Just make a tournament. Just make a tournament.
Mm-hmm.
For both the brands.
I mean, they had an opportunity last year. It was, I think, on Raw 30. They had a match. It was exclusively for the Raw Tag Team Championship. This is when the Usos had both belts, and they should have just had Judgment Day beat the Usos. I feel like Triple H now has enough tag teams established that he could do it now.
Yeah, he's probably been waiting to have that tag team part of WWE on fire.
I'm looking at Fightful's tag team division. This is according for Raw. You got Alpha Academy, the Creed Brothers, DIY, Imperium, Indus Share, Judgment Day, New Day, Viking Raiders. And then on SmackDown, you got Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate. You got the LWO. You got Legado del Fantasma. You got the OC. You got Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits. You got Karrion Kross and AOP. You got Austin Theory and Grayson Waller, the Bloodline, and Pretty Deadly. So there's a lot of teams that there's no reason why they shouldn't have two sets of belts.
Yeah.
But dude, I'm pumped for Rumble. I hate that you're having to work during it.
I know.
I said at the end of my Rumble video where I predicted the surprises that I'm thinking about doing a live watch along, and I was going to see if you wanted to, because I'm like, oh, that'd be really fun if it was you and me doing a live watch along of the Rumble, because you could definitely do that on StreamYard now and make it a lot easier.
Yeah. And I close that night.
And I wanted to save some of these topics for when Zach got in here. But actually, here, I'll ask you, what do you think about the Cowboys keeping Mike McCarthy?
I think it's a very dumb decision.
Mm-hmm.
it's like borderline us hiring Josh McDaniels and keep him for how long we had.
Mm-hmm.
It's like get to that point. I mean, yes, you have winning season with him, but I mean, you guys got some wild cards and left every time, or get your ass
Yeah,
kicked by the fucking 49ers.
mm-hmm. I mean, the one playoff victory we have was seriously Tom Brady's last game against a Buccaneers team that limped into the playoffs with a losing record.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Jerry Jones says, like, and I'm not making this. He said, like, I'm going to die soon. I want to win another Super Bowl. What the fuck are you doing to win the damn Super Bowl then? Like, in a market where Jim Harbaugh is interviewing for jobs, Bill Belichick's interview. Like, Bill Belichick got fucking fired.
I don't. He just refuses to fire coaches. Like, you see how long they kept Jason Garrett?
Yeah. 10 years.
Like,
And then,
brother.
like, my dream scenario for the Dallas Cowboys is, basically the same shit as this year happens next year, and Mike McCarthy doesn't get a contract renewal. Like, I'm like praying that the Cowboys don't make the NFC Championship next year. And another part of it is I want Pittsburgh to basically kind of keep the pattern that they're going, where it's like they'll be all right, but they'll get their ass kicked in the wild card round. And I want the Cowboys to not renew Mike McCarthy's contract. Hopefully, the Steelers don't renew Mike Tomlin. And I want Mike Tomlin to be the new coach of the Dallas Cowboys. And you know what? McCarthy can go to the Steelers. He's from Pittsburgh anyway. I can't remember what movie it is, but it's where the guy's like hitting the window going, no, why? You know that. And it was like me looking at younger me picking the Cowboys as my favorite team.
It's like me,
I mean,
like picking the Raiders.
Yeah. I became a Cowboys fan because my grandpa's a Cowboys fan. I mean, I pretty much got born into it. And yeah, I mean, he's the reason I'm a Cowboys fan. But he's got to live to see all 5 of their Super Bowls and the 8 they've been to. I haven't even lived to see them to an NFC championship.
Oh, all the familiar places.
Shut
That's
up.
all right. I never seen them win. Raiders win like go over like the divisional.
I say you haven't seen the Raiders have more than 2 winning seasons since 2003.
No, I was a fan when we drafted Jamarcus Russell.
Yeah. But no, that was a stat I was reading when I was reading about the Antonio Pierce hire, that the Raiders have only had 2 winning seasons that they've made the playoffs since 2003. That was 2016 and 2021.
Yep. Both with Derek Carr.
Yep. And then he fucking stunk it up in New Orleans. Derek Carr fucking sucks. I'm sorry. After this year in New Orleans, I'm ready to write him off.
It's kind of weird because Derek Carr, like with the Raiders, he's actually like a borderline, like Kirk Cousins kind of player.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't suck, but he isn't good either. He's kind of like in that respectable range.
Mm.
But he went to New Orleans, it's like he just shit that fucking bed.
Mm.
Him and his Mormon pals. Now here's the thing I don't understand: like, why? Did you see what the GM of New Orleans said
About Dennis Allen?
Yeah.
Basically about like how they're not going to fire him. Here, I'll pull it up. Actually,
we're not
I'm
going
more
to fire
shocked.
him. I'm pretty sure this man's going to be a future Hall of Fame coach.
I'm more shocked.
Brother, there's a reason why we fired his ass.
I'm shocked that this dude's been the GM of the Saints for like 20 years, because, I mean, the Saints have like been almost $100 million like over the cap. It's like, how the hell do you keep a GM that's basically putting your team in fucking debt? But yeah, he
Because our owners are fucking stupid. Just fucking retarded.
yeah.
Well, sorry, stupid.
Yeah. Well, how like their owner is the original owner's wife, so I don't even know how involved she is, because Tom Benson, died like I think in 2017, something like that, and he had Alzheimer's before that.
Yeah.
But yeah, like what Loomis basically said was like, you look at all these teams, they hired crappy coaches before. Um, you know, Bill Belichick sucked before he got to New England. Tom Landry sucked before he got to Dallas. Chuck Noll sucked before he got to Pittsburgh. Yeah, they're not the same as fucking Dennis Allen, because Dennis Allen sucked before he got to the Saints, and he sucked since he got to the Saints.
He sucked as a coordinator. He sucked as a positional coach. And he sucked as a head coach. But those other coaches you mentioned, like at least like they have something going for them. This
look at the stunt that Jameis Winston pulled, when they were supposed to knee it and Jameis Winston overruled him, and they did that inside power to Jamal Williams to get him a touchdown. It's like that shows that Dennis Allen does not have the respect of the players. I mean, the dude has a 24-46 record, 22 games below 500.
I used to be a Saints fan, or like a borderline Saints fan because of Drew Brees. Like now, I was like, I completely lost her respect.
Yeah, the Saints were like my second team because I love Drew Brees, but now I think the Bills are like my second favorite team just because I love Josh Allen. Josh Allen is so fucking fun to watch.
Yeah, my NFC teams right now probably the Lions and the Bucks right now because of Baker.
I know. I'm torn on who I want to win this Tampa Bay Detroit game. I mean, I'm cool with whoever wins, honestly. And my dream scenario is that a rocket crashes into Levi Stadium and kills both the teams, and then the Tampa Bay versus Detroit game basically becomes the NFC Championship because the other two teams died, and I don't have to care about the Packers and 49ers game since I hate both teams.
You know what? Since we're here, who do you think is going to win that?
The Packers and 49ers?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking we should just go ahead and hop into predictions, and we'll get Zach's take whenever he hops in, if he hops in.
Might as well.
So, the Packers and 49ers. So, the 49ers, I want to look at this line real quick, see how much they're favored by. They're favored by 9.5. Man, I think the Packers are going to do it.
See, here's the thing. Jair Alexander's been on fire here lately.
Yeah. But he's still, like, hobbled and stuff now. But, yeah. I mean, that doesn't stop him against Dallas. Yeah, like, I don't know. I just got a feeling like, I mean, I know the 49ers have been the Packers' boogeyman, but I really think, I don't know. I just really have a feeling Green Bay's going to do it. I think they are on the ultimate high after basically cakewalking through Dallas. I mean, Kyle Shanahan said they started preparing for the Packers during the second quarter of the Cowboys-Packers game. I have a feeling the Packers started preparing for the 49ers at halftime.
I mean, might as well.
But yeah, I think the Packers are going to win.
Ooh. It is honestly a game I'm definitely going to watch. At least have on the background. I'm going to say 49ers. I think there's too much star power. Is CMC out for injury?
No.
No? Oh, yeah, more likely for them winning.
Then the Ravens and the Texans, I bet you their line's even bigger than Green Bay and Green Bay and San Francisco. No, they're favored by 9. San Francisco is favored by 9.5. You know what? I'm going to continue the trend of upsets. I think Houston's going to win. I think Baltimore is just like Dallas.
And you're right. I'm going with Houston as well.
Really? Yeah, I really think that the Ravens are just the AFC version of the Cowboys.
And knowing that, I think the Texans are like the most motivated team right now. They are on fire. And CJ Stroud has been he's the guy.
And like these two teams, they played each other in week 1. The Texans are a completely different team. CJ Stroud, completed his first pass to himself. He's a completely different quarterback now. I mean, I think the Ravens I think they're going to come in with the same game plan that they had in week 1 and be overconfident. I think Houston's going to come in and smack them in the mouth. And I personally ain't going to be surprised if Baltimore loses. Like, I wish sports betting was legal here. Because if you bet on Houston 9, even if Houston loses, I doubt they're going to lose by more than 9 points. I bet you Houston's going to cover. God, I wish sports betting was legal here. I hate this state. That's free money right there.
Wyoming is such a Christian Bell state.
Yeah. It's the tribes. That's what prevents sports betting from being legal here. Because they don't know how to split it between the Indian tribes and the government. That's what's the holdup here.
Those motherfuckers. I want to bet, damn it.
Yeah. Stop making me have to use a VPN and pretend I'm in fucking Mexico. What's up,
Zach? Hey, guys. What's up, y'all?
You're good, bro. We were just in the middle of predicting the games. Me and Drew, we already gave our predictions for San Francisco and Green Bay. And we gave our predictions. See, he's going with San Francisco. I think Green Bay is going to pull off the upset.
That would be crazy if they do, because the last time they went to the Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers, they had like around the same team that they do now,
Mm-hmm.
Not not the same players or nothing, but I'm just saying like their record and stuff. And like that'll be crazy if they can pull that off, because that's a big upset.
And Zach, you and me both are the one we take our first we know will go off.
Yeah.
And then I think Houston's going to upset Baltimore, and so does Drew. What about you?
See, they got a good chance, but I low-key really feel like I don't think Lamar is going to let that happen. I think he's going to do whatever he can, because I wouldn't say this might be his last chance, but this is like his best chance that he's really got to win a Super Bowl.
See, I think the Ravens are basically the AFC version of the Cowboys.
Damn, you're right, dude, because they're pretty solid every year,
Mm-hmm. But the one thing, too, for Baltimore, Mark Andrews isn't going to play in this game. He's still hurt.
Big factor. That's a big factor right there. Yeah, I'm going to stay with the Ravens, but I would want the Texans to win. Don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see either the Texans, the Lions, or just somebody new, not the Chiefs, none of them. Tired of seeing them.
For real.
All right, next game on the docket, Tampa Bay and the Detroit Lions. Tampa, the thing is, the Eagles suck, so it's kind of hard to get a fair gauge on Tampa. That's the thing. Like, the Eagles just refuse to tackle anybody, but the Tampa Bay Buccaneers finally had someone other than Mike Evans step up in the passing game, and Rachaad White finally had a good day running the ball.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy, honestly. He played a hell of a game that game.
And they say Jalen Carr should be this rookie of the year. I just proved that he should not.
No. I mean, I was thinking about picking all upsets here, but I think I got to roll with Detroit, even though I really want Tampa to win, because if Dallas can't win the Super Bowl, I want Baker Mayfield to. But, yeah. I think Detroit's going to do it. I mean, God, Detroit's going to go crazy especially if the 49ers lose, then Detroit gets to host the NFC Championship game, and that city will burn to the freaking ground in excitement.
Dude, have you seen the decimal point for how loud they were?
Yeah, I mean, they're a legit home field advantage now.
Yeah, dude, man, that city is going nuts. Nuts.
I said I'll be rooting for Tampa. Honestly, I don't give a shit who wins this game. I like both teams. I'll be rooting for Baker Mayfield, but I think the Lions are going to win.
Well, yeah, I can't be mad whoever wins this, but as much as I love Baker, I think Detroit's going to win.
Yeah, me personally, like you guys said, I mean, I wouldn't care who wins it. I'd like to see Baker win because he's obviously a OU alumni. But I think it would probably be greater that a franchise wins its first Super Bowl over Baker. I do love Baker though, but I think that would be better. And I do think the Lions are probably going to beat them for sure, unless
franchise that went 0-16. Drafted their star quarterback, trade him to Rams, and he wins the Super Bowl there, and they finally get one.
Yeah.
Yeah, because whoever comes out the AFC, I think the Lions could beat them if the Lions make the Super Bowl. Actually, I don't know if they can beat the Ravens because the Ravens curb stomped them during the regular season, but the Bills, the Chiefs.
I mean, the Lions are kind of putting back together a little bit. I mean, they are on fire after these past couple of wins.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think history would repeat itself.
Here's the thing. I want Detroit to win, but I want Baker Mayfield to have a good game. If he throws for 400 yards and 3 touchdowns and loses, then at least it's okay, maybe Tampa's defense
at least I want a shootout.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I want a golf and Mayfield shootout.
I believe Baker's definitely got the energy, the vibe. I don't know where the word
confidence.
But yeah, he's got it all around him, and his team believes in him for sure. So if he just goes out there with the good energy, and then speaking of the devil of energies, he was sniffing smelling salts right before the game and just going crazy. He was like,
have you guys ever done smelling salts?
I've never done it, and I would love to do one for the podcast one day.
I've done one, and that's just different.
I would love to just give a reaction for smelling salts on the podcast one day or something. That'd be crazy.
Maybe if we ever have an episode hit 1,000 views or something, we'll do a food challenge or something.
Right.
Hell, we got the 50th episode coming up. Maybe we'll do something like that, where we all do.
And as we start getting views and stuff, I was thinking this is just for later on or whatever. I was thinking maybe we could all go in on maybe $5 a piece on a $15 gift card for a lucky watcher or something,
Yeah.
Something like that.
See, that's the one thing I need to read into YouTube's TOS on giving away stuff, because a lot of it's you have to do it through Twitter and stuff like that.
Right.
I'll have to read in on that, but I mean, hell, we're getting there. I mean, hell, back-to-back episodes were our most viewed episodes in 4 months. It was the most viewed episodes since the Bray Wyatt tribute episode we did. Both of our episodes back-to-back.
Our 1-year anniversary.
Yeah. I seriously did not know it was our 1-year anniversary until I got an email notification. I'm like, you think that should be something I would know? But no, Spotify had to remind me. And I was like, least Spotify did, because YouTube sure won't.
Right. Yeah, that's pretty crazy though. A whole year, man.
Yeah. How me and Drew, we were talking about it. It's like, when we started, it was me, Drew, Curtis, and Adam. And then, Curtis and Adam weren't really like committed to it, so it just ended up being me and Drew. And then, it went from basically being like a bullshit show to basically a full on sports show now.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But it's actually, for me, is a lot better because like when I was trying to find like crazy ass news stories and like trying to find like video game news, that was freaking hard because like there seriously is no hype around gaming now. Like,
yeah, and they only ever drop like what's coming out or like big gaming stuff like once a year, and it's like coming next year or something. Yeah. It's like, man, we want to know what's coming out now.
Like the biggest gaming news this year was, or for 2023 to me, was Grand Theft Auto 6. Like that was the biggest thing, and it's a game that's going to come out in 2 years.
Is it really not coming out until 2026?
I think so, or 2025, something like that.
2025, 2026.
Yeah. Hell, it's going to get delayed.
Yeah, they're definitely going to push it back longer than what they first say it's going to be, because I guarantee you, those hackers, have you seen that? How these hackers are like, they're saying they're threatening GTA, and they're going to just keep leaking stuff until, I can't remember what I was reading, but until something happens.
I don't get why Rockstar gives a shit about the leaks, because the leaks are probably just going to want to make people buy the game.
Exactly. Like, that's just more promo. So if I was, unless it was just the full leak, like my full game got leaked or something, then I'd kind of be upset. But if it's just bits and pieces, that's promo, free promo.
I remember when GTA 5 came out, they got butthurt about the radio list link, like the songs that were in the game. I remember they got butthurt, and they put somebody in jail over them leaking the songs that were in GTA 5. It's like, who the hell, like, most of the songs in GTA fucking suck. Any GTA game.
Yeah, there's only like a slight few that you're driving in a car and you're like, oh, I know this song and I like it.
Yeah, like, GTA 5's been out for 10 years. I think there's only like 6, 7 songs I like.
GTA introduced me to Kendrick Lamar.
Oh, really?
Did he?
Yeah.
What's up?
It's like, I was like, oh man, who's this guy? Is it Kendrick Lamar? Like, oh shit.
That's crazy. I can't remember the lyrics right now, but I was playing Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, and it was something like, I remember it's a girl, something about making breakfast or something like that in the morning. I don't know. It's a famous song. I can't think of it right now.
Today is a good day. Ice Cube.
No, not that one. It's like a lady singing it, and she's like, I can't remember it right now. Damn. But there's only a few songs like you were saying that I actually like know in the radio, and I'm like, okay, these go hard. But it's only a select few.
Like if I'm playing GTA, I usually have the talk show radio stations playing, because those are actually pretty funny.
Dude, yes, I love it when they're talking about like a crackhead or something in the road, or somewhere. Dude, that shit's hilarious.
Because like they have that one radio station with JB Smooth, the Chakra Attack. Like that shit's funny,
right? Oh, another big news about gaming. The NCAA football game's officially dropping on July 12th, unless they push it back.
Yeah,
that's going to be wild.
So here's the thing. I floated in the group chat. I really hope that they do like NCAA football one year and then like Madden the next year. I really hope they start alternating and give them time to improve both games, because like when NCAA comes out, it's going to have issues, But I think NCAA is going to have so much hype around it, being a football game, that it's going to hurt the sales of Madden. Plus, like this year is supposed to be Madden 25. Well, we already have a Madden 25, that came out in 2013, the 25th anniversary of Madden that year.
They probably could make it. They could probably make it like Madden, and then put in Roman numeral is like 35 because it's the 35th anniversary or something instead of making it. I don't know, but my dad
Yeah.
seems to think that they might stop making Madden games here soon, and it may be something else. It may just be NFL football or 2K football or something. He says that he thinks that Madden's going to end up stopping.
I really wish Madden would like stop selling so many damn copies every year. Like
Yeah.
the only time I like Madden 23, the only reason I played that is because it was on Game Pass. I didn't buy it. Madden 24, the only reason I'll play it is because it'll be on Game Pass. Like
Yeah.
I'm going on 3 years of not buying Madden.
It's the same game every year, pretty much. I mean, they
Yeah.
had some
It's
cool,
just a
little
new
cool stuff,
DLC, basically.
Because
yeah,
it's like if you take a year off of Madden and people are like, what about the rookies? The rookies are going to be in NCAA football. You can play as them in that game.
yeah,
Yeah.
and they get paid for that. So
Yeah. So I don't know. I hope they alternate.
that would be cool, and it would help them fix the game a lot more than what it would,
Mhm.
or than what it does. Not what it
That
would.
fucking blows right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really sucks because, like I said, it's just the same game every year. They maybe add to the passing a little bit, and then they add to the franchise where you can like now instead of moving to just like 7 different places, there's a bunch of different stuff where you can move your team to like a different country and stuff like that. So they only add little bits of stuff every year. It's not
Like,
major.
was it Madden 11 when Drew Brees was on the cover?
Yeah.
Dude, that franchise mode has so much fucking detail. It was
Yeah.
crazy. Like, there'd be storylines like, oh, it's like 50-year-old fucking quarterback comes back out of retirement just for a year. Oh, Tavon Austin broke his leg and ended his life.
Yeah. Well, they had a show like in between weeks where it'd be like it was the chick for NBC. I can't remember her name, Alex something, but it would be like a week to week show that would follow the league. They don't have that now.
Like each game before he played, it would make like a little pregame hype.
Yeah.
You know, to show the food stands and the fans and all of that.
Mhm.
Right.
It's little details like that. It's like, oh my god, I'm hyped to play this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played Madden 11 on the Wii, and that was so fun. I loved it.
Madden 11. Actually, no, it was the second Madden I ever played. The first one I ever played was Madden 07. And that one, you could create a player and you could create any position. It wasn't just a skill position. Like, you could be an offensive lineman, but it also had, like, where you could do outside endorsement deals or you could, like, be in a movie and shit like that. Like, they don't have that. They don't have that creativity in Madden at all.
See,
it just seems like it went from, like, creativity to, like, just being cheap and trying to sell shit.
Yeah, and they've been making a shit ton of money off of the same game, basically, for the past 7, 8 years. It's just been the same.
Yeah. It just shows you, like, Madden players are pretty much a bunch of clowns.
They're all teenagers. Like, I think that's what it is. I think it's just a bunch of kids that get it every year for Christmas and stuff. I think that's probably the majority of Madden players.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you got people like us who are just fucking sick of the game.
There should be, like,
I've played it
for
and
that.
stuff, and I'm getting over. It's getting old, man. That's why I'm so excited for NCAA to come out, because I'm tired of playing the same game.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, I don't know if y'all have ever played NCAA football games back when, like, 2012 and stuff and 14, but
trust me, I have.
Dude, I loved it. How you can go through high school, pick any high school you want, play a couple games in your high school, get scholarships, go here or walk on here. You know,
I had probably a minimum like 800 hours in like one of those NCAA. Yeah, I played like 100 different schools.
Yep, and it's just cool because you can, from there, you could switch conferences around like they're doing nowadays, and it's just, it's so much better, I feel like.
So we got one more game to predict real quick. Buffalo and Kansas City. Buffalo is actually favored by 2.5, which is shocking for me. Man, I want Buffalo to win the Super Bowl, honestly. And this game's going to be fucking good. I mean,
It always is.
Yeah, I mean, if it's anything like their divisional round game a couple years ago, I mean, we're in for a treat. The only thing is, it's in Buffalo. But we saw that Kansas City wasn't really affected by cold weather, this past game against Miami. I don't know, man. Like, I think Kansas City's going to pull it out.
Villains of Buffalo fans.
Man, I think Kansas City can do it, but I hope they don't because the past, like you said, the divisional round or whatever, dude. If you look in the past 5 years, the Bills and the Chiefs have played each other, and every time the Chiefs have beat the Bills, every time. I'm not saying in the regular season, but definitely in playoffs they beat them every time, and it's sad because Stephon and Josh deserves to beat Patrick's ass.
I don't know if you guys saw or not, but Andy Reid's kind of been flirting this last year.
I don't think so.
Well, if it is, I would shit my pants and really hope and cry. I would be like, "Thank you, the gods have answered me."
Dude, it'd be a win for Raider Nation.
It is a win for today. AP, baby.
Yeah. So I'm picking Kansas City. You guys are picking Buffalo?
Yeah. You must see a pick up KC.
Yeah, no way. If they're in the
so we'll go ahead and we'll go ahead and get into the good news. Las Vegas Raiders announced that Antonio Pierce, they are dropping the interim title from his title. He is now the official head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders. Under Pierce, the Raiders led the NFL in fewest points per game, 16, defensive touchdowns with 4, fewest penalties, which is a big one, 31, while having the 10th most takeaways, 14, and 4th in point differential, which, I mean, that game against the Chargers where you hung up 63 probably helped in that point differential.
Yeah.
And you were tied for 3rd most sacks with 30 from week 9 till the end of the season. I mean,
kudos to Mark Davis. He learned from his mistakes in the past.
Yeah, I think your fans would have killed Mark Davis if you guys didn't hire him.
We'll probably force him to sell the team.
Yeah, because remember what happened with Bisaccia? I think your guys' team would have went ape shit.
Yeah, and if you look at how many interns we had, and he's never signed one of them. It's just unbelievable. Well, I mean, I know he's probably not him or his dad, but his dad was a way better thinker about football than what he is. This guy's stupid.
I wonder if he was thinking about Bill Belichick, and then Tom Brady was like, "No, I'm part owner. We're not hiring Bill Belichick."
But I don't know if you saw, but Richard Seymour was part of the decision making too.
I didn't see that. What happened with that?
I don't even know who that is.
Richard Seymour, one of our former D tackles, former Patriots D tackle.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He was part of the decision making for Mark Davis. He kind of being that insider for him.
Oh, really?
Good.
Yeah, I've been reading on that a lot here lately. Him and the president and a couple other executives on the board.
I mean, I don't think you guys are going to have immediate success, especially with how hard your division is. Because I mean, it really depends on who the hell the Chargers get.
Yeah, get Jim Harbaugh.
I don't know. I think right now you guys are the 3rd best team in that division. So I think you guys are better than the Broncos. But
yeah, if they weren't if the Chargers weren't injury prone and stuff like that, I think they would definitely be better than us because they got so much talent. But I don't know, I want to say they're good, but if you have so much talent around, they might I've seemed to notice sometimes, not all the time because they're usually good, but I've seen to notice if you've got too much talent on your team, they don't work well together.
Zach, I didn't know you saw or not, but we drop our offensive coordinator, Bo Hargraves. I can't remember his name. Bo. So we'd be looking for an offensive coordinator. So we might get Cliff.
Yeah. if we get
I,
Cliff, I mean, there's a good possibility that somehow, some way, we trade for Caleb. But do I want Caleb? That would be cool. I'm not going to lie to you. It'd be cool to have Caleb. Do I think he's going to be a star? That's iffy because, we've had DeMarcus Russell, and he was supposed to be the next best thing ever, the greatest quarterback. And look at him, Johnny Football. It just really depends on the person. But I would like to have one of these rookie quarterbacks that are coming up.
We need a quarterback that will take our organization to the next level. Because, we got matched across the defense, but we need somebody in offense.
Yeah, for real.
I mean, I think it's pretty much sealed that Caleb Williams is going to Chicago with the Bears interviewing Cliff Kingsbury. And I think Justin Fields is going to end up in Atlanta, especially if Bill Belichick ends up there, which that's coming out of left field, Bill Belichick to Atlanta, because I thought it was pretty much a lock that Belichick was going to end up going to the Chargers.
Yeah,
I don't even think he's interviewed with them
already.
Yeah, I think
he's already done with it.
Yeah, he was on his second interview on that. I not here too long ago.
Yeah, I think it was today or yesterday was his second interview with the Falcons.
It was today, and then he was spotted at a Chick-fil-A right after the interview.
That's hilarious. He's like, screw it, I'm pulling up.
Imagine they hire him after that 28-3.
That was probably what his interview was. What is your experience with coaching 28-3? All right, interview over. Yeah.
Listen here, fucker. Just listen, motherfucker. 28-3.
Yeah.
It still blows my mind to even think that the Raiders signed Josh McDaniels off of him coming in and saying it was a fumble. If that was true, that just blows my fucking mind.
I think that's how Mike McCarthy got the Dallas job. He said Des Bryant caught it, and Jerry Jones hired him.
I think that's the reason why we had Richard Seymour as part of decision making. So stupid shit like that won't happen.
Yeah, I'm just glad that Mark Davis didn't make the same mistakes he always has.
Yeah.
See, Mark is an idiot. I will say that. But it seems like he's learning from his mistakes. Is actually listening to his fans and his players and all that for once. Mm-hmm. He's no David Tepper.
Yeah. Tepper's running the Panthers into the fucking ground. I mean, he's the new, like, the Panthers really are the new Washington Commanders because it's like they play in a shitty stadium. They have an idiot for an owner. Their team has no talent. And the talent that they do have is old as fuck. They're the new age Washington Commanders.
Yeah. They're never going to be good because
Yeah, no.
I mean, if he was a player, like, why would you go to Carolina?
Like 9.5.
Will be the point.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, they'll offer a big contract, but you don't want to deal with that fucking headache of Carolina.
Yeah. I mean, whoever takes the job in Carolina, good luck to them.
Honestly, they need it.
Good job, I'll tell you, because I mean, they're not even. I feel bad for Bryce Young, dude. You're welcome. Yeah, because I think he deserves better, but they're probably going to ruin his career.
Yeah.
It's another RG3 situation right now.
I don't know who's going to take that Panthers job. Like, you're going to have to deal with an idiot owner. Like they're not going to get, like, Mike Vrabel. They're not going to get Jim Harbaugh. If I'm, like, Ben Johnson, the Lions offensive coordinator, if I'm, like, Eric Bieniemy, I'm like, I don't want this job to deal with this headache, Right. A team that has no talent, with an idiot owner on top of it.
I mean, the biggest problem is the owner. If the owner was like this, it would have been like a whole different situation. Like, okay, the team has no talent, but at least the owner's like step out of that, let the football guys deal with the situation.
Honestly, I could see Ron Rivera ending up back there.
I could definitely see it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm starting to believe more and more that Jim Harbaugh might stay in college with Michigan. Because they've had a couple of
I think so. He probably goes win in college. Now he's going to, get a win in NFL.
I think he's going to probably wait a couple years until one of the best teams coaches, like maybe, not saying Andy Reid's going to leave, but maybe him, maybe Mike McCarthy gets fired next year. And then he just goes join like one of these elite teams that are already pretty good, because that's just all he really needs. I don't think he'll want to come back to like a crappy team,
I'll say this: if Jim Harbaugh accepts a coaching position this year, something's going to come out about Michigan cheating. If he doesn't, then I think they're clear.
I mean, yeah, because that's a weird ordeal that they're going through over there. So he may just be like, "Fuck this! I'm not doing this."
Yeah, if he jumps ship, then something's going to come out about them.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, especially now with Nick Saban being gone, I mean, Michigan could be a real powerhouse. I mean, the only competition really is Georgia.
Yeah, most def. Yeah. And I mean, maybe Ohio State, because a lot of Alabama's players are getting recruited at Ohio State now.
Yeah, Ohio State. Speaking of them, they just hired Bill O'Brien away from the Patriots to be their offensive coordinator.
I've seen at least 7 players say they're entering the transfer portal, and then it's like Ohio State and another team's like their go-to people,
Yeah. And the transfer portal is just – it's hard to get invested in your team when everyone fucking leaves the year after,
I know, it sucks, dude. I really wish that we had more loyal people in college, but I get it. You got to make your money. You don't know if you're going to – yeah. Like, I mean, I guess it's good for them because they don't know if they're going to actually make it to the league, and they're making money so they can put money back just in case they don't. But, I mean, that just makes people want to go somewhere else if they're going to get paid more and all this. Like, I guarantee you, Dylan Gabriel got paid massive money to go to Oregon. Massive. Because I think he could have went into the draft this year and got drafted pretty low.
Mm-hmm.
Well, like, come on, man. I just want to see one championship Oklahoma before I die.
I think those days are I think those days are done, man. Especially with them going to the SEC.
Come on, one Sooner championship, one Thunder championship, one Raiders championship.
I'm more of the opinion that I think the Thunder are going to be my first favorite team to win a championship.
Yeah, because they're young guys, but they're doing real good compared to everybody else.
And even if these young guys, I do too.
This year, that would be so lit.
I think this year's probably out the question for me now, but next year, I mean, the Thunder they need another big man. Like, that's their only problem. They need somebody who can rebound. I mean, Chet's good, but they need somebody who's big. I mean, Chet's just tall, but he isn't strong,
Yeah, he's just a little bitty guy. He could probably be broken pretty easy.
Like Shaq strong.
Yeah, we need but we'll probably never see a guy like Shaq again, ever.
Yeah, I mean, there ain't anybody in the league like that. I mean, the closest he got is like Jokic. Like, Jokic is probably the closest.
Yeah, him and Steven are probably like the biggest guys out there.
Yeah. Sucks Steven Adams is out for the year because, I mean, if I was the Thunder, I'd trade Josh Giddey for fucking Steven Adams straight up.
I can't believe he's not getting charged with nothing.
Dude, Giddey fucking sucks. Like,
yeah, I don't know who's all coming up in the league or nothing, or what.
At this point, just cut his bum ass.
What was that, Zach?
I was just saying, I was saying that I don't know what pick we have or who's coming up in the draft that's like good. But I know for the next couple of years, we have a bunch of first-round picks.
Hopefully the Thunder get a high lottery pick with one of the picks that they've acquired, and I really want them to draft Bronny James.
Yeah.
That would be crazy.
Yeah.
That would be crazy
But,
because then LeBron would definitely try to come over.
yeah. And, I mean, LeBron, I mean, I know he's old, but he can still rebound.
And then with how good our team is right now, he can help
Mhm.
us out to get a championship for sure. With how he
But,
could coach it. Because he's like a coach and a player, and he sees shit before it even happens. So he can tell all these young guys. Dude, it would be crazy if that was the case, bro.
like,
See, that's nice
Josh
having like a veteran like that. Like they can show these young bucks like, well, what's going on.
Yeah, because they're already good, bro. They're like really good, and they just have no older guy to tell them, "Hey, I like what y'all are doing, but y'all should start doing this." You know, because I mean they're super young.
Yeah, because I mean, you think back in the day when we had Westbrook, Kevin Durant, James Harden, you had Nick Collison as the older locker room leader. You know, I mean, the
Yeah.
Thunder is all like the Thunder. I don't even think they have a dude over the age of like 26.
No, dude, we're young, bro. We're real
Yeah.
young. And
I
which
mean,
I'm not
honestly, that's
hating.
actually a good problem to have still.
It is. It's really good to have, and I'm surprised of how good we're actually looking with how young our team is.
Like, see, the oldest player I think is Kendrick Williams. He's 29.
Yeah, now he's probably on the bench.
Yeah, he's a bench player. And then like
our probably oldest starters probably like you said like 25, 26 years old.
Yeah, I think SGA. I think he's 25.
And he's a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah,
that man is nasty.
He should win MVP. I don't think he's gonna, but he should. I mean, these freaking NBA reporters, they fucking suck Joel Embiid's dick so fucking hard, even though he sucks. Like,
dude, every year they do, and it's like, man, I get
Embiid
that he's just a good big man, but he ain't that good.
Hey, he's overrated as fuck. Like,
yeah, the whole 76ers team is overrated.
Yeah, I said they're the Cowboys of the NBA. Freaking massive regular season, and then they shit their bed usually in the second round. Like, have the 76ers made a conference championship? I mean, they tanked for so fucking long. And then like last year,
I think maybe the year or two before James Harden was there, they went like somewhere because they had Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, so they lost.
I can't remember if they won it or anything.
They lost in the conference semis to the Celtics last year. Lost in the semis to the Heat before that. Lost in the semifinal to the Celtics. Got swept in the first round by the Celtics. Yeah, they've never made it past the second round of the playoffs.
Man.
Since 2017, and then before that they tanked for about 5 years.
See, that's tanking for a franchise and their fan base is so sad. Like when the Raiders just sucked every single year. Like we're starting to get like in the past like 4 years, we've started to get a lot better than what we were.
Yeah, we're starting to get competitive.
Yeah, it's like, man, because my whole life, man, we just sucked and sucked and sucked, and I've hoped we did good, but we never did. But now I'm starting to get a little bit. I'm not like too hopeful or nothing, but it's like we're getting there. You know, we're moving to the right direction.
We're on our healing stage.
Mom, he got fired, and he probably would never come back.
Oh, speaking of Raiders, looks like Patrick Graham is going to be out in Las Vegas. They're interviewing Marvin Lewis for the DC spot.
Really?
Yeah.
That'd be dumb.
So it looks like Patrick Graham might be a head coach somewhere.
I mean, you also got Pierce, though. I mean, that's going to – I mean, I think your guys' defense is going to be fine no matter who's your coordinator because you got Pierce as your head coach.
Yeah, because he can always help the linebackers and stuff, and he's a defensive guy. But it would be great if we kept Patrick because that kind of makes – it's kind of like dumb if they really did do that because they denied him requesting or somewhere asked to interview,
Chargers.
and they told him no.
Mm-hmm.
The Chargers
Oh.
requested it and they denied it, I believe.
Yeah,
But
it
it seems like some team wide got it, Patrick Graham. That's probably why we're going after Marvin Lewis.
Who is that guy? Who is he the defensive coach for?
He used to be the head coach of the Bengals for like 17 years. And then he was the head coach before Zach Taylor. And then he was coaching college at Arizona State. I don't know what he's been up to since then.
Man.
But the last time the 76ers finished either at the conference championship or better is when they lost to the Lakers, the Kobe Shaq Lakers in 2000. They lost in the NBA Finals. Yeah, that was Allen Iverson's MVP year. And that was the last time the 76ers had been to a conference championship was 2001. So it's been almost as long for them as it's been for the Cowboys. So I think they're a pretty good indication.
Yeah, they suck.
Yeah, imagine being a 76ers fan. Not this guy.
Didn't you have to live in the shithole that is Philadelphia on top of it?
Go ahead. Okay.
I would say I didn't get to watch that Tampa Bay Eagles game because I fell asleep before it even started. But man, I woke up to the best news ever.
I know. Whenever I seen you weren't replying, I was like, he's got to be passed out. He's got it.
I think
the group chat started blowing. I was like, oh my god, I think Baker did it.
Before we got off the basketball deal, that they are bringing more teams into the league, and like the front runner cities are Las Vegas and Seattle. And the only thing I was going to ask you guys is, if they did it in Seattle and someone wanted to bring the Seattle Supersonics back, don't they have to buy it from our general manager, like our owner? Because we own their rights.
No, I think what they did, like when the Baltimore Ravens, Cleveland Browns scenario back in like 2000s, they get like the Supersonics, like the records and all that, and like Thunder beat their own thing.
Okay, and that would be cool because, I was just wondering about that because I know if you look up the Seattle Supersonics history, it's going to bring up the Thunder stuff.
Yeah.
If you think about it, Baltimore Ravens are actually the original Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Art Modell is the one who moved them out of Cleveland to Baltimore.
Yeah.
Because I know Tennessee had the rights for the Houston Oilers, and they didn't let Houston use that name, so they had to be the Texans.
Yeah.
So I was just wondering if it was going to be something like that.
I'm happy that the NBA is expanding. I mean, it's a growing brand. I mean, it's been growing for the last probably since LeBron. I mean, it's steadily grown, since Michael Jordan, but it's really grown in like the last 10 years.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like their commissioners like way better than Roger Goodell.
Then, I love Adam Silver. And then the other thing is they're about to get a new TV rights deal, which is going to be the biggest in their history. So they're going to be able to finance, 2 new teams. And honestly, with how much money the NFL is kind of perfect right now with the 32 teams. But man, I would love to see like cities like Tulsa, San Antonio, like places like that get.
I want to see like two more divisions.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. If you added 2 more teams, you would have to do a complete divisional realignment.
And I mean, they've done that before.
Yeah.
You have like 2 like different Midwest teams.
The last expansion was 2002, which was the Texans. So it's like
it was just that one team.
Yeah, because then let's see. Before that, it was 1995, 1996. That's when the Jaguars and the Panthers joined. So And then the
See,
Browns.
and I mean, I think Oklahoma City's big enough to get one. I really
mean, look
do.
at how
I think.
Look at how loved the Thunder are.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're not quite tall, so we'll get it.
I don't think
I mean,
Tulsa
that
has
would be cool.
space. I don't
If
think there's
anywhere
anywhere
it
you could.
could be like Jinx or something, the Jinx area, they might be able to do that and just call it Tulsa. But
Yeah. Like, that's the thing. Like, I don't know where in Tulsa you could put a big football stadium, you know?
Yeah, true.
it would have
That's
to be
not in, like,
by the river or something, you know?
yeah, like, where the
So
gathering
about
place is, that would have been perfect.
been perfect, but
Yeah.
Those damn hippies.
Actually, hell,
But yeah.
out here, there's probably enough space, like, in between Catoosa and Inola.
Yep.
Yeah.
Plus, you got the
That-
Hard Rock and, yeah, all the hotels in this damn town. That actually might work. Fuck it. We're going to start a GoFundMe. All the listeners are going to donate, and we're going to start an NFL team.
Yeah,
We
dude,
just need
that'd be crazy. Start a
We just need a
GoFundMe
couple.
or a poll.
We just need a couple $1 billion. Not that much money.
We could blackmail somebody.
Wouldn't the whole Oklahoma state have to agree on it? Like, or not like the whole state, but like, wouldn't we have to all vote on it for the state, and then all of our taxes would go up or something?
Yeah. 'Cause that's
I
what's
I
happening
mean,
with
shit. Like, if you think in the long run, it'll help us out. Actually.
Yeah.
with the economy. I mean, that's the thing. Like, when they had to vote on the Thunder's new arena and all that, it's like the Thunder are like Oklahoma City's economy. Like, I know OU plays a big factor in that, but I mean, especially now that the Thunder are good again, I mean, they're a huge part of the OKC economy. So it's like, why the hell would they not build a new arena? Because I don't know if you guys have been to the Thunder's arena, but their arena fucking sucks.
I've been there, and it was only one time, so I really didn't, or twice, but I didn't really get to like look around or nothing. But
like, the BOK Center is way better than the Thunder's arena.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang.
That's a lot.
Yeah, more comfortable seats, more leg room at the BOK Center, better parking. Oh, parking at the Paycom Center, fucking horrible.
Yeah, I had to park like far, or I didn't park, but who I rode with had to park far away, and I really didn't get to see the stadium. All I did for the whatever it's called, and I just like walked to the very top of it, you know, and sat down.
Yeah. Yeah,
we went to that area, so Uber wasn't really a thing. We just took like a little taxi, kind of like a deal, to get there.
Right.
Yeah, the Thunder's arena, I can't wait for them to get a new one, and hopefully they renovate the parking and stuff. Like, maybe they take the old arena and turn it into a parking lot.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, because like, if you go to a Thunder game, you gotta park at freaking Bricktown, and you gotta walk. Yeah. And the last time I went to a Thunder game, me and my ex, we went to a restaurant. I got this margarita that was so freaking big, and then it's like we're walking to the arena, and Bricktown's pretty far from the arena. It's like at least a mile walk, and so I was drunk off my ass walking to the fucking arena. You know how many times I said hi to strangers? Like, and I feel so bad for her. She like had to guide me for a mile to get us to the arena, and I'm like, "Go Thunder!" And then, like, you know how there's that pond that runs through Bricktown. I seriously almost fell into that thing twice.
Jeez.
Man, I can't wait to go back there. Like I said, I haven't been to a Thunder game in a couple years. Well, because we sucked for a couple years.
We'll all take a trip down there.
Yeah. I know. Hell, being a cripple is already screwing me out of that AEW show. I mean, AEW fucking sucks, but I still want to see Sting before he retires, you know?
True.
Yeah. So next week we'll have the conference championship games to predict, and then 3 weeks from now we got the Super Bowl. After that, we start the long drag of the off season, and then
I swear to fucking God, the 49ers and Ravens get to the fucking Super Bowl. I believe that that's scripted.
Yeah. Sean
Yeah,
likes
that's
just off
true.
the colors of it and stuff.
I don't give a fuck if Packers get in there, but if I see the goddamn 49ers and Packers, I'm not Packers, the Ravens, I'm going after NFL.
I don't know who to root for then in that case either. I think I'd have to root for the Ravens. But I'm like, either way, I don't like both teams really.
There's people from both teams I'd like to see win it. Like Christian McCaffrey, I'd like to see him win one, but I'd also like to see Lamar win one. But they like their teams. I don't want none of them to win it. You know, I'd like Texans or the Lions to win it for a team, but there's certain people on the other teams that I want to win.
I mean, just like for the
Bills,
pure
Josh and Stephon.
I mean, just for the pure comedy of it, since they discarded this dude like a used condom, Baker Mayfield winning a Super Bowl before the Browns would be so fucking awesome.
Dude, I'd die because they wanted to fucking pay that dude, the touch guy, touching women and stuff all the time.
Deshaun Cosby.
Yeah, man. Man. I can't believe
just for them, Baker like potentially win a Super Bowl.
They could have gave Baker half that. He would have accepted it, and they could have went and bought more players. But they wanted to give it to a guy that hasn't played in 2 years, guaranteed money. They're retarded.
NFL.
And that's another thing. I touched on this on the Mike McCarthy rant I went on, the solo rant I went on after the news came out that we're retaining him. Another person that I am extremely pissed at is Dak Prescott, because the rumor is Dak Prescott wants $60 million on this next contract. $60 million a year. And it's like, wow, dude, do you want to win a fucking Super Bowl or not? Look at Tom Brady. You know how many fucking pay cuts Tom Brady took to have spare money so they could build a team around him? This is another thing where I'm like, I don't think Dak Prescott's serious about winning a Super Bowl. I get, like, you know, growing up broke and now you're making a shitload of money, but the dude just got $175 million on his last contract. If you blow through
how much more money do you need?
Yeah, I'm like, if you blow through $175 million in your lifetime, you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's not even he's the quarterback of the Cowboys. You know how many fucking endorsements this dude has? You know how much money he's probably you know how much money he's probably getting from Sleep Number? You know how much money he's probably
Bueno's the freaking Cowboys, like
Bueno, Walmart.
Bud, like, no, there's some type of beer that's out there that's like
Miller Lite.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, like, well, that's just the team. I'm talking about him on his own. I mean, he's probably making a shitload of money off of Sleep Number. And it's like, plus, like,
let me look it up. Jack
and then it's also like he's probably going to be a commentator after he retires, because that seems what happens with Cowboys quarterbacks, because Tony Romo became a commentator, Troy Aikman became a commentator, Don Meredith became a commentator. Like, all you have to do is play for the Cowboys and you're pretty much guaranteed a spot in the booth.
So he's got AT&T, DirecTV, Frito-Lay's, Nike, and 7-Eleven are all some of them.
7-Eleven.
Yeah. I remember that, actually, because we don't have 7-Elevens up here, but when I was in Dallas for a couple weeks, I remember seeing, like, commercials with Dak in for 7-Eleven.
That's funny.
I think 7-Eleven has a deal with the Cowboys because they had a promotion they were running with Trayvon Diggs and Micah Parsons, since they wear 7 and 11. I can't remember what it was, though. But yeah, like, Dak, I get it. Like, I'm not saying, dude, you got to take like $1 million a year. You can take like $20-30 million a year. That's still a fuckload of money. It's still
at least leave some space for your team to improve.
Yeah.
I guess he also has Jordan, Beats, Campbell's, Blockchain.com, Okio.
Look at it like Patrick Mahomes' situation right now. You can argue the reason why the Chiefs suck because it's Patrick Mahomes.
I know that's not the case with Mahomes, though.
He's a good player, but his contract-wise.
But he took a good contract. That's the thing. Like, this year he got paid a little bit, but he was taking a team-friendly contract by taking that 10-year deal, and then he was restructuring it and all that.
No. I'm a cheesehead, so fuck you.
Because that was the thing, because he took a team-friendly deal.
I'll find a way to hate on Patrick Mahomes now.
Because he took a team-friendly deal, and then people were giving him shit about how they didn't sign Tyreek Hill, even though he took a team-friendly deal. Like, that's the thing that a lot of people were giving the Chiefs shit about was, Mahomes is getting paid way less than what he's worth, and then they didn't even keep their best receiver.
Yeah, I guess Tyreek was saying how they were Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes was his boys, and they never hit him up now. That's what he says. He says, I reached out to them, they just haven't texted me back. And
So
if that's true, that's sad.
I Googled this. Dak Prescott makes $50 million a year off endorsements.
Yeah, he don't deserve no $60 million then.
That's more than he made from the Cowboys this year, because the first year of that contract he got $75 million. So he got it front loaded, and then so it was $165 million. So the rest have been like $30-40 million cap hit. But I don't know. Like I said, like if you're rich as fuck already, how much more money do you really fucking need?
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
I guess they spend big, so they gotta have big money.
But that's the thing. The Cowboys don't ever do anything in free agency.
Yeah, well, I'm talking about just them, like like Dak. He spends big, so he needs big money or something.
I remember when he signed his last contract, he said he bought a Ferrari right after, and I'm like, damn. And I'm like, you know what? I know he's got to have at least a couple cars, because I know he pulled up to the playoff game in this giant fucking truck. So it's like, that's the other thing. Like, I don't know. Like, I can't say I wouldn't do stupid shit if I had a shitload of money, because I know I would. But I'm also like, I wouldn't buy like a shitload of cars, because one, I'm like, where the fuck am I going to put them? Two, you ain't going to drive all of them.
See, it was me. Choose the max.
At once.
Mm-hmm. Like, I would drive like a nice car, and then I'd have like a 4-wheel drive.
A sports car or something.
Yeah, like I'd have a sports car, and then I'd have like a truck in case it like snows.
Or I want to go like muscle car and a 4-wheel drive truck. I think it's his house.
Then again, I have a feeling like I feel like I'd be one of those rich people that go broke just because I am stupid with money sometimes. But I'm also responsible with it.
I'm pretty dumb with money too, honestly. But yeah, I mean, it'd be awesome to get paid like that. But I think I'd probably have to get a financial advisor or something.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I remember one year on my taxes, I got like $3,000 back, and God, I went fucking insane with that money. Because then I got my taxes, and then we got a stimulus package right after. So I had like over $5,000 at once. Plus, I had just got promoted to a team lead, so I was making a shitload of money from Walmart. So God,
and
I
we
was
were
like,
just like adults, at the time. We were just now like basically like
I bought so much.
Adult.
Hell, I bought so much stupid shit with that. Like, well, hell, I bought this laptop, bought this fucking ring, like, bought a bunch of stupid shit.
Well, I mean,
it's like
the laptop was worth it because look, we got the podcast going.
Yeah. What else did I bought? Oh, those belts.
You know what happened to me during that whole COVID, the stimulus deal?
What?
I let someone scam me for $2,000.
Oh, dude, was it like a gambling thing or?
No, bro. Like, so out of nowhere, I had just woke up, sleeping as shit, and I get this number that calls me, and they're like, "This is the FBI," and I knew I shouldn't have fucking listened to them, but I was scared because they knew almost everything about me, and I was like, they were just telling me that someone had went and bought something in Texas, and they froze my bank accounts and stuff, so I needed to go hurry up and get my money off this deal, and I was just so stupid and they ended up getting it, and I never got it back. But I will forever tell anybody that calls your phone and says anything like that, don't even. They can know your name, they can know everything about you, but they won't. They'll show up at your door if something ever happens like that. And I was just real young and stupid, and yeah, I got scammed for $2,000. That was sad. Saddest day of my life.
I've never been scammed like that. I think the most like stupid thing I ever did, like after me and my ex broke up, it was like, I was talking to a bunch of different girls and stuff, and it's like, like a girl had hit me up like, hey, I need like $20 to like put gas in my car, take my kid to fucking daycare. And then I think it got up to like $80, and I was like, fuck this bitch, but I was like, fuck, why'd I give her like $20, and I'm like, hell, like we fucking matched on Tinder, what the fuck.
Right. And some people, they're just like me, you, Drew, we're all nice people and stuff. So like if someone says they're really hurting or something like that, we are giving and willing to help them out, but then they take advantage of it and stuff. So it's just crazy.
I'm a big sucker for that.
Yeah, like I said, I remember, and then I finally, like, me and this chick finally met up, and God, she was the biggest fucking bitch ever, and I was like, God, I fucking want that $60 back.
Yeah, send that back.
Yeah. I'm like, damn, I can see where it all went. Look at that fucking stomach. It didn't go to fucking gas. It all went to food.
God.
I don't know. Here lately, I've been really fucking with scammers.
I know. I said, dude, one of these days we're gonna get a scammer on like FaceTime and record it for the podcast. It's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, that's people.
I might have to send it to our group chat to show Zach what I've been doing here lately.
Just send him all the screenshots from the one yesterday. Put them in our group chat. But hell, like I've never gotten like catfish, like scammed catfish. But have you ever like? Well, Zach, I won't ask you since your girlfriend's probably right there. But Drew, have you ever met up with a girl who didn't look anything like the picture? I think I've told this on the podcast before.
Oh yeah, we have.
Yeah, I remember last year. Was it last year? No, it was 2 years ago. I matched with a girl on Tinder, and like her photos weren't like bad, but she wasn't like super fucking hot either. But I was like, fuck it, get some, And then I got there, and the chick I met looked like she ate the chick in the photos, and I was just like,
God.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's never happened to me.
Really?
I mean, because honestly, I ain't gonna lie to you. I pretty much know them before or anything, like I already know who they are.
Zach over here has his own like team to investigate them. All right, boss, we got the green light. You can go forward.
But no, like this chick was fucking disgusting, and yeah, I remember. I hung out there for a bit, and then I wasn't proud of myself after that. And I just remember like my fucking I like seriously stopped at a truck stop on the way home and took a shower. Yeah, like I stopped at a Love. Yeah. Drew, did I never tell you this story?
Nope.
I thought I told this on the podcast before.
You probably
no. This girl, like, I'll just say down there smelled like shit.
Oh
God.
And then like I just fucking left, and then I said, because it was at the college that's like 40 minutes away from here in Tahlequah,
Yeah.
So there's a Love's truck stop right before you reach Inola, and I was just like, how much are showers? They're like, oh, it's $12. I was like, I'll go ahead and fucking take that. And I seriously just washed my beard out because they have like the soap dispensers in there and shit.
Right.
And then I was just like, yeah, I gonna go ahead and block this shit.
Up after that?
No, I fucking blocked it.
Did you like do the whole Jim Carrey thing? Like he's put his like, I don't know, like that like that toy thing in his mouth, trying to wash it out and all that.
No, I just washed my freaking beard out. My beard was pretty long. I just like fucking ringed it out. But I remember that's probably my worst story ever with like meeting up with a girl. Is like, yeah, I got full on fucking catfish. Or like it was the same girl, like the same girl from the photos. She just got really fucking fat.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. And then hopefully, dude, I've thought about putting my YouTube channel and my freaking Tinder bio before just for free advertisement. You know, then I'm like, what if I like match with one of these chicks, then like something bad happens, and I just have a full blown hater.
Potential blackmail.
Yeah.
Free promo. Nah.
Yeah. Hey, engagement is what drives the traction. You know, comments and likes, even dislikes drive traction in the search results. So she comments every video like, I hate your fucking guts. I hope you die. I was like, hey, just make sure you leave a like on that video, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, and like just other people will probably comment on there like, what is this girl's problem? What's the backstory? And want to know.
Yeah. Hell, maybe that's what I need to start doing. Like, hey, if you're gonna comment, leave like 10 comments so it'll drive that algorithm up, you know?
Right.
And that's the thing, like, especially like the bigger I get, the more like stupid people end up commenting on my videos and shit. Like,
right.
Like when I said the Jaguars sucked a couple weeks ago, I had like 3 different dudes go like, this dude doesn't know football, and it's like the Jaguars fucking suck. And I was thinking about arguing with them, and then I was like, I'm making my New Year's resolution not to argue with fucking stupid people. But then I'm also like, well, the more comments on this video, the more that helps the algorithm push it, you know?
Right.
So I'm kind of in the crossroads there where I'm like, I don't want to argue with stupid people, but I kind of want to.
Yeah, sometimes some of those guys aren't even serious. They're just wanting to see what you'll say back to them or whatnot.
Most of the time, they're like 12.
He's one of those guys that don't care what anybody's really saying. He just wants to get a reaction.
Yeah.
Like, he cracks my shit up.
He is the soul carrier of this town, all right? God bless that man.
I love Garrett. I told Garrett the only ground rule I have is like, because my grandma comments stupid ass shit in Conversation Caduce all the time, that I'm like,
he said, just don't roast my grandma.
Yeah, basically. I'm like, because she ain't going to shut the fuck up.
She'll get on your head, Garrett. Just please, let's not have this war.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of the stuff being posted on there, I'm like, oh God, Garrett, why did you say that? And then some of it, I'm like, man, Garrett is too hilarious.
Sometimes I worry about him getting his ass whooped at Walmart. Like,
dude,
you see some.
I've thought about that. Me and my buddy Jordan has talked about that, and we're like, one day somebody's just going to have enough of what he's saying and maybe come up to Walmart or something.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. I'm like, damn.
It's going to happen while I work that day, too. I know it.
Well, so you got to get that camera out because we got to put it on the podcast.
I got to get it for the mayor.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
And then post it on Conversation Catoosa. Can you believe someone attacked our mayor?
This scumbag attacked our mayor.
You know how many people would be like, how dare him? I can't believe him. That would be hilarious.
It's like, I've lived in this town for 24 fucking years. Garrett is the closest I've ever seen to being a mayor in this damn town.
Yeah, as a regular citizen.
Yeah. I was talking with a local business owner, we'll say that, about the fucking city officials. I'm like, dude, I've lived in this town my whole fucking life. I have never knew who the fucking mayor was.
Yeah.
No, they're a bunch of jokes, in my opinion.
Yeah. I know. I always say like maybe I'll run for mayor one day, and then I'm like, dude, I always say like if I got into freaking politics, I'd probably get killed. I'd make too much sense,
Same,
and they'd be like,
because all that comes with politics and stuff like that is just you got to be a good arguer, man. Because if I was a politician or something, I'd probably come out of character or something.
Oh, I would give a pretty good practice.
like,
you have to see his arguments between him and Adam. They're golden.
I said I'm trying to make it my New Year's resolution not to argue with stupid people, but Adam just makes it fun sometimes. The only thing is, arguing with a stupid person, they never give up. That's the thing.
Yeah, I gotta hear that one day for sure.
Hell, Adam was trashing the Cowboys, and it's like, well, shit. Like, he don't watch fucking football at all, so one, he shouldn't. Like, I say, like, if you don't watch sports, you can't talk about a team. So I signed the Panthers to him. I told him, like, all right, fine, you're a Panthers fan now. Keeps it up, I'm going to sign the fucking Pistons next to him. But all right, we'll go ahead and call it an episode. I think we're out of stuff to talk about, I think.
Yeah, this one was pretty good, man. We had quite a bit to talk about, for sure.
Plus, it's 2 hours. Yeah, it's 2 hours and 19 minutes, so I'm going to have a shitload of editing to do. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it off now.
All right.
Royal Rumble predictions will be out on Tuesday, and there's something else channel related I had to say, but I'll touch on it in the video on Tuesday. Right, have a good night, everybody. See you next time.